Good morning and welcome to the North American Bear Center here in Ely, Minnesota. It's a pretty nice day out today and I want to welcome all our worldwide listeners. It's approximately 70 degrees, slightly cloudy. It rained last night. Not only did we have fireworks, but when we had the fireworks, Mother Nature put on a nice show as well in Ely with a little lightning and thunder, and combined the two of them, it was really kind of spectacular. I want to welcome all the visitors here at the North American Bear Center today, who are not only on the deck, but also inside. I will be giving a few instructions to someone called PTZ driver. That's a person that manages our pan, tilt, and zoom camera, which is located on one of the pillars of our observation deck. That individual is somewhere in the world. I believe at this moment it could be someone in Ireland. PTZ driver, Holly Bear is behind the big falls. PTZ driver, Holly Bear behind the big falls by Sharon. Honey Bear is toward food shed. I was just giving some instructions to our worldwide PTZ driver, who has an opportunity to pan, tilt, and zoom in or out to wherever the bear activity is going on in this 2.5 acres. And for example, if that camera is focused over here to my left, and there is bear activity going on the right, they don't know it, and we inform them vocally. We have two bears out right now. The bear, who is for PTZ driver at the food shed. PTZ driver, focus on Sharon. She's just to the left of the high falls. Sharon, we call her name really is Sharon. We call her mom number 2. We do have a mom number 1 who's not here today. Mom 1 and mom 2 are the surrogate mothers for little Holly Bear that's right by Sharon. You should be able to see her on the deck. Those of you on the main level should be able to see her. Sharon has actually got her hand up on her back. That's an activity that only mom 1 and mom 2 can do. She would not allow me to do that. I'll tell you a little bit about her, meaning Holly Bear. Holly Bear is 19 months old. She was born January of last year, 2013, from a wild mother. As we understand it, she was separated from her mother because of a forest fire in Arkansas. She was picked up by a family and possibly attempted to be domesticated or raised in a family environment. The authorities found out about that, took her away, took her to a rehab facility where it was deemed she was not releasable in the wild. So her alternatives were pretty limited. Either find a forever home. Honey Bear. Just hold on a minute. I'm going to give Honey a little attention here. Good Honey Bear. Good Bear. You're good Honey Bear. Yeah, I'm talking to Honey Bear. That's just a demonstration for everybody here as well as those of you worldwide. We work in pairs here at the Bear Center. It's the right thing to do. We have what we call a buddy system. Nobody is out in that area without someone monitoring and watching. Our bears here, we reasonably can predict their behavior, but many times they surprise us. And this year a little bit more so with Holly Bear. She's changed the dynamics a little bit in the 2.5 acre enclosure, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But to make a long story short, she was deemed unreleasable in the wild and we became aware of her, and we were willing to take her. She came here December 27th of last year. She came out of hibernation in early April, and we noticed a slight skin condition that she had when she came out of hibernation, and through some veterinary attention, she was actually cleared to come out in this 2.5 acres on 30th. Our goal since May 30th has been to integrate her into the 2.5 acres with our other bears. And this bear, Honey Bear, has been the most challenging, and for a good reason. Honey is a female. Honey runs the show around here. So she needs to demonstrate to Holly who the boss is, and she's still working at telling Holly who the boss is. We think Holly's got it, but Holly's not all that comfortable at the moment with Honey because, of course, in the wild, the life of a yearling is tough. A yearling spends a lot of time in trees, being chased away by other larger bears. So Holly right now, if you notice, is quite a ways away from Honey. And once Holly realizes Honey Bear is over here, the dynamics between these two may change. She may go back into the woods. She may climb a tree. Or we may have Honey encourage her to climb a tree by just chasing her. That's no behavior in the wild, and it's not abnormal here at all. Honey Bear, talk a little bit about Honey. She's the oldest bear we have here. She's a beautiful color cinnamon phase black bear. And yes, she is really a black bear. And I know many children will ask me, well, she's not black, she's brown, so she has to be a brown bear. No, she is a black bear who coincidentally is a cinnamon phase black bear. And we do have a kiosk in our exhibit hall that talks about the different color variations that a black bear can be. She was born in captivity, Honey Bear, so she's never known the life in the wild. She was born on a game farm, and we acquired her from a previous owner, and she came here in the summer of 2007. So she's been here about 7 years. Now her demeanor is a little bit different in the sense that she prefers to be alone. That's not surprising for a black bear. They are really quite solitary. And she also likes a fair amount of space between her and one of the other bears. About typically 30 feet is kind of her personal space. And if she doesn't get that, she will do a couple things to tell the other bears that she's uncomfortable. And that may be, or she may go in her fashion, making a long nose, and her lips kind of quiver. And I can't do the quite the way she does, because she's got a way of shaking her head and looking right at the other bear and showing displeasure, usually enough that they take off. But she has a different demeanor in food. She has a much different look in her eye, and we tend not to get that when we have food. She weighs in at about 85 pounds, give or take a pound or two. If she was in the wild, she would be a good-sized female. It's estimated that only 4 or 5% of the black bears in the state of Minnesota are her color. So if you were to see a black bear here in the state of Minnesota, it's not real likely you would see that color. The goal here at the North American Bear Center is to dispel myths and misperceptions about black bears. And we have a lot of exhibits and a lot of videos that actually demonstrate actual behavior of bears here located in the Ely area, in the wild, And the vast majority of those videos were taken by Dr. Lynn as well as his associates. Our PTZ driver today is from the Netherlands. By the way, I had it wrong. I think I misspoke. We have a fabulous volunteer from the Netherlands who has been a volunteer for at least 4 years, to the best of my knowledge. And she is actually driving that camera from the Netherlands. And I think the Netherlands is about 6-hour time difference. But she is focusing more than likely on Holly Bear, who is just to the right of the swing. And of course we have Honey Bear that you can focus on toward the food shed. Honey Bear over here on my right was working on what we'll call a donut or a tire, but it's a round, hard plastic object with some holes in it. And why do we do that? We can call it a toy. We also call it an enrichment toy, whereby we put treats in it. And the bear actually has to problem solve and use their paws, lips, teeth, tongue, whatever, to get the treats out. They need to manipulate that item or the food won't out. Why do we do that? Well, we do that for both their physical health and their mental health, to keep their brain stimulated. And it also gives you an idea what they may have to do in the wild. For example, if there's an old rotten log with an ant colony in it, the bear is going to smell that ant colony and they're going to go after the immature ants. That's a fabulous protein source for bears. Black bears need about 10% of their diet to be protein, and immature ants is one way that they get that. Also immature bees, and that's a great myth about beehives. I know I was thinking that black bears love honey, and that's why they go to a beehive is to get the honey, and that's just absolutely not true. A bear will go to a beehive, but they're looking for the honey, they're looking for the immature bee. The immature bee, again, is a protein source for them. They may get honey as an afterthought by getting in the beehive. They may get some honey, but that's not really what they're after. And yes, a bear will sustain possibly some bee stings on their muzzle or face or ears, but they're willing to tolerate that to get the protein that they're looking for. The bears here at the North American Bear Center get their protein from us, the humans. We give them raw eggs in the shell. Yep, that's a raw egg in the shell. PTZ driver, Honey is at the pat tree. PTZ driver, Holly Bear, is at the path heading toward the white pine. She's gone into the vegetation. She's hiding from Honey Bear. I'm not exactly sure if Honey knows where she is at this moment. Sharon just told me I don't see her, but yes, I do. PTZ driver Holly Bear has moved to the white pine. Thank you, Sharon. Holly Bear is approximately 15 feet up the pine, and Holly Bear has a great view of Honey Bear, who just passed the rock bridge. And there's an interesting reason why Holly Bear went to that white pine. For those of you that are at the Bear Center here, familiar with the white pine, it is on the left. It is the largest tree on the left, and the top of it is forked, and it's dead. About the bottom third of the tree is alive. At the approximately 12 to 15 foot level, if you look very carefully, you can see holly. The white pine has become one of her best refuge trees, and it's that she picks that because that is the major refuge tree in the wild here in the Ely area. Because bark, the The bark doesn't come off and it's slightly curved. The bark itself, easy for little cubs and yearlings or black bears in general to climb to safety when they feel concerned. And certainly Holly Bear is concerned because she doesn't want to be treed by Honey Bear. She'd rather go up the tree she wants. If you look at the other trees in the enclosure, we have some aspen, we have some balsam, birch trees, what have you. If you know any of those trees at all, their bark is smooth and or can be slippery and makes climbing the tree difficult. PTZ driver, we have Holly Bear in the white pine. PTZ, we have Honey Bear going into Holly's deadfall area. Where Honey Bear, for those of you on the deck, Honey Bear is going straight into the woods, and that is a deadfall area where there's a couple of dead trees at approximately a 45-degree angle that Holly Bear will spend a fair amount of time in. He's just going to cruise that area for food and check it out. She keeps tabs of where our little yearling Holly Bear is to keep her in line. Because remember, Honey Bear pretty much runs the show. We are going to have a third bear out here momentarily. It probably takes him, maybe anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to get down here. Sharon has gone up about a block up to the other side of the 2.5 acres. We'll be letting Lucky Bear out. Lucky Bear is black. He's a black bear, and he's black in color. He's our 7-year-old neutered male. He is best friends with Holly Bear. That friendship has developed over the last 2 weeks. They have been seen playing together, sharing food together, and pretty much sitting side by side. So Lucky Bear will be coming out in about 15 or 20 minutes. Usually when we let him out of his small enclosure, and by small enclosure I mean something about the size of a 2-car garage. So when I say small, again, about the size of your typical 2-car garage. When he comes down, he usually comes from, as you're standing on the deck, usually on your right. Can't make any promises, but that's typically his route. If Holly Bear sees Lucky, she may come down from the white pine because she has a friendship developed with Lucky Bear, unlike Honey Bear. So we'll have 3 bears out here momentarily as soon as Lucky Bear finds his way down to the viewing area. I want to thank all of you here at the North American Bear Center today over this holiday weekend. It's a nice 4th of July weekend. I don't think we're going to have any rain this afternoon, but I think some was maybe forecast for this evening. But I want to thank you for coming to the North American Bear Center over this holiday weekend. And I also want to thank our PTZ driver from across the pond, way over in the Netherlands, as well as our Pond Chat moderators who moderate our family-friendly website and chat page. And where is that? That's located on www.bear.org. That you can log in at any time, our website. And you can also hear these podcasts every day at 11 a.m. Ely time and 4 p.m. Ely time. Every day between now and the end of August. During the summer months, the North American Bear Center is open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and your admissions price is a day pass. Just keep your colored sticker that you received when you arrived today or your receipt, and you can come and go as many times as you'd like today on July 5th. We know you have many choices for your entertainment and educational and wildlife learning here at the Ely area. You can take canoe rides, you can go hiking, biking, But another place, if you're interested in wildlife, might I suggest the International Wolf Center. It is located 1 mile east, approximately, from downtown Ely. We are 1 mile west of downtown Ely right now. They also are open daily, and they have a nice pack of wolves there that you might get to see while you're there. It's a fabulous place. I was just there recently, and I would encourage you, if you're looking for other opportunities, you might want to visit the pack of wolves. With that, I'm going to sign off and thank our worldwide volunteers and helpers, followers of those of people who like to follow the lives of Ted, Lucky, Honey, and now our little Holly Bear, who by the end of this summer will be fully integrated into the North American Bear Center's group of ambassador bears that help dispel myths and misperceptions about black bears. Thank you very much, and drive safely over this holiday weekend. Thank you.